Elder Barge.
Hey, y'all.
It's funny because like the thing kept tipping over, and then it was like I had some
You
problem.
right.
It was just like on
You
time,
right.
right?
You right.
All right, here we go.
How many of y'all know
Woo!
about this Elder Bars? I guess everyone thinks they knows about it. Look at this
No,
one.
I got Elder Barge with the false
I
sex.
had Bobby Womack on.
No, Bobby Womack wasn't on it. Elder Barge was on it when he said I had some problems. It was just like spot
Yeah.
on, just spot on. All right. Who?
We ain't in no rush. You know the problem with people? Sometimes people just want to rush. You want to rush into it. Someone to love. Everybody needs.
Is that Bobby Womack?
That's Bobby Womack.
Cold outside.
Pam Pam.
Who are you holding when it's cold outside?
Pam, help us God. All right. Nina Edwards. Sean say, hey,
Y'all just give me a second. Just
Nikisha Richardson. Get ready. Brace yourself.
okay. All right. I'm gonna get serious.
They all
Bobby
talk,
talking though.
But they all talk in the beginning of the song.
That's the problem with hip hop. What she ain't got? Watch it. I wish I could hit that.
If you think you're lonely now. I know that one.
Yeah.
I know that.
Bobby saying, listen.
What you trying to say, Fred?
Bobby just saying, look him.
What you saying, Fred?
Don't do too much complaining.
What you trying to say, Fred?
I ain't trying to say nothing because we good. This is Bobby's song. This ain't our song.
No, it's just like the Drake song a couple weeks ago. What you trying to say, Fred?
This is not like,
you trying to
this
say?
is not.
All right, y'all. So here we go. Pastor Sims. God bless you. How you doing? We just had to calm down. Milsha Red Smith, we love you
I'm
too.
for real, baby. That was crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty nuts. So for the first time and since we've been doing this.
People don't really realize this.
Y'all
we
don't
have,
know.
you know, people.
Y'all don't know the warfare.
Right.
Y'all don't really know the warfare.
Yeah.
My cousin is on here. Deborah, how are you? God bless you. Alice
Alicia
Carr
Yeah,
is on here. Alicia, am I saying it good? Tracy Cofield, God bless you. How you doing? How is everybody? There's a Priscilla, since she's saying this is her kind of music. Shamira Nielsen is on here, or Chamara is on here. Sarah Mills, you love my hair. Thank you. I'm always reinventing myself. I think that women are supposed to always reinvent themselves. Fred likes this look. He said, you look like a round-the-way girl.
Yeah, she took me back.
Took you back to what,
You
Fred?
took me back to the song.
No, I don't try to clean it up now. Took
No,
you back where,
no,
Fred?
she took me back.
I want your thoughts.
Look at that.
No, we took.
You took me back to the song.
What song?
I need an around the way girl.
We know that ain't.
You got to sing that through your nose. She's the one for me.
God bless you all. So, you know what? I got to put it up here, but I wanted people to come on here because I didn't want the topic to scare you away.
Yes.
Stacy N. Thornton, God bless you. She said, hi, y'all. I miss you too, Pastor Sims. I didn't want the topic. Philadelphia's on here. Let us know where you...
Philadelphia.
Yeah, we want to know where you guys are logging in from with our coupling series. He's doing God's Man on Deck on Thursday, right?
Yes, baby.
Thursday.
Pastor Fred Gooden, God's Man on Deck, Thursday at 7 p.m. CCM.
That's right.
UCC, Divine Influence. Get in there.
Oh, Joanna said me and my boo William is watching. All right, girl.
Okay.
You doing your assignment. All right. Specifically, all right. There's some young ladies that I've given an assignment, and I thank God that the results are doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Help them in dating. I gave someone some advice this morning, so I'm excited. Lee Smith is on here. Yvette is coming in from, that's right, my hometown, New York City.
That's right.
Cleveland, Ohio. Florida is on
that
here.
Deborah Williams?
Is that Florida?
Stacey Martin,
Jacksonville,
Florida,
Mississippi
Flora.
is
That's-
on here.
yeah, the Florida,
That's right.
Mississippi.
Los Angeles is on here. We want to know where you guys
Jackson,
are logging
Mississippi,
in
Concord.
from. And so I am Pastor Jamila.
And I am Pastor Fred Gooden.
Okay. So I want you guys to...
Did I supposed to say that?
Huh?
Say, I don't know. Pastor Fred Gooden. Sound kind of stiff, didn't it? Go ahead, babe. I'm sorry.
God's Men on Deck. So this is what we're going to be talking about. Happy birthday to
Happy
you, Harriet.
birthday, Harriet.
Steve, it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. The topic Enter that, log off and log back on. The topic that we're going to be discussing in this series of coupling is safety first. I did not want to look at Eddie talking about something. We know where you are.
What's
Come
up,
get this
Eddie?
dog. That's what you do.
Eddie,
get in the car.
text me your phone number. I need your phone number, Eddie.
Come get Charlie. So what we're going to be discussing right now is the topic safety first.
Yeah.
I didn't want to put it up there because during this pandemic, people would think that it has something relative to this pandemic that's going on. But in dating, you have to put safety first. Now, I'm going to let Apostle Fred start us off with that. And you're going to probably hear his voice more than mine. Priscilla Spain, I got your message. So understand, our topic today with our coupling series is safety first.
So I'm coming from a men's perspective, but it applies to both. And the reason why I'm coming from a man's perspective, because in most cases, you always hear about the man that's cheating, right? You always hear it's in 90% of the cases, the man is cheating. The man have torn up the home. The man is the one that's doing all of these things in 90% of the cases. But that's not what, and I'll be deeper later on as the Lord would allow me to, but that's not my case. And that's not a lot of other men that I've known cases. You don't hear about a lot of cases where the man was cheated on and dogged out and was doing everything that he knew to do. I ain't gonna say was supposed to do because we don't always know. But after that divorce, and after that separation, and I'm saying this to some of you women because you don't understand what you're dealing with. You don't understand that some of the things that you're not seeing with this person that you really want to deal with, they haven't really shown you everything.
Right.
So they're holding back themselves. So I was talking to my baby, and I began to share. One of the first conversations I had with her is, I just want to be safe.
Right.
I want to be safe. I want my heart to be safe. When you look at somebody, you think because they look this way or they shape this way, and and you looking at all that outward stuff, but you don't know the hurt they dealing with. And when a person have their heart snatched, when they've been dogged out, when they've been crushed, when they made to feel like nothing, and then they are divorced, and then it's new world. The one thing that makes men fearful is to come in contact with a person like they've already left.
Right.
So they'll put up all of these walls, they'll put up all of these fronts, they'll make themselves look like something, they'll talk like something, but at the end of the day, you're really still dealing with a wounded man, a man that, and a lot of men won't tell you. They won't tell you they was cheated on.
Right.
Like, we don't come out and say those things. Like, women say it like it ain't nothing.
Right.
But men don't really come out and say, yeah, I was dogged out. Yeah, I tried to keep it together. Yeah, I tried, and then when they come into their new relationship, they don't know how to date you.
Right.
Like, they don't know how to pursue you because you do one thing and, it's almost a reaction because men don't say this because we don't know how to say it. But I said it plainly to Jameliah. I said, listen, I just want to be safe.
Right.
I want my heart to be safe with you. I don't care. We can, and I made it clear, lose everything, because anytime you with somebody, I don't care what happens to us. As long as my heart is safe with you, we can go with it.
I am so excited. Myra Irvin is saying I'm new. And happy Memorial Day to everybody and to all the veterans. Thank you for your service. And we're going to speak up a little louder because a lot of people saying that they can't hear.
Okay.
It's very imperative that you, in dating, see if you can be safe with this person. It's just like Apostle Fred said. He's told me, he said, I just want to be safe.
Yeah.
When you have gone through a situation that you took your vulnerability and you presented it to someone and you found out that during your vulnerability, they took advantage of you and they hurt you, you have to be mindful that if you're going out dating again, that you don't allow the pain from your past to cause you to put up walls and make you not just defensive, paranoid in dating.
Yes.
Because of past pain. You have to feel safe with that person. That means that that person has to make you feel safe by doing what?
by being honest first.
Okay, so you're saying honesty is how you allow a person, the woo-saw moment that I'm safe here.
Yeah, it's a process. The honesty is even a process because when you first start dating a person, I mean, nobody starts dating somebody.
Nobody's honest from the door.
And just throws it all out there.
Right.
But at some point, what we're saying, at some point, safety. At some point, you got to be honest about what happened to you.
Right.
Like,
but
go ahead, baby.
But I'm saying, Fred, if you meet someone from the door, you don't want to just not even expose. You don't want to tell a person.
You don't.
That you, especially as a man ain't gonna come out and say,
especially a man.
I was dog.
Yeah.
So are you saying when you're dating, if a person becomes too defensive in certain areas, they're letting you know from the gate that they don't feel safe?
And it's almost a telltale sign. It's almost a reaction. If somebody slap you, and every time they slap you on the right hand side. At some point, you're gonna put a defense up, and all it is there's a defense up, but we don't know how to let other people in because now we in this next situation, or you just a dating situation, but you can't start a dating situation with you blocking. You can't start it blocking because if you started blocking, the other person can't discern what the block is for, but they know the block is there. They can't discern. They don't know that block is because I was dogged out. That block was because she cheated on me. That block was because, so now what a man does, and men are a lot different. Now they finna fix themselves up. They finna look like this. They finna look like, and I ain't gonna let nobody else hurt me. Same as a woman. It's the same thing. But what has to happen is if you're in a situation where you feel like it's worth it, you got to talk about safety.
Wow.
You got to go ahead on the real. You got to ask the other person, what does safety mean to you?
So in dating, those are conversations. It's those hard conversations you have to have. In dating, and I'm not saying from the door. I'm talking about when you've put in some time, you've got to ask, do you feel safe with me?
Yes.
That's the question. Do you feel safe with me? And how do I know that this is a good thing or a good fit? Sometimes a lot of people don't feel safe when they take their vulnerable moments or their situations, lay it in someone's lap, and then they throw it in your face.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Because a lot of situations that man or that woman came out of, the person that they was with, they was vulnerable to, and they would be vulnerable in those moments, and then the other partner would come back and use those vulnerable moments to beat them with it.
Oh, okay.
So when they're divorced from that person that used to beat them with their vulnerable moments. So what is the reaction of that person in this new relationship? The person with that new relationship is now not fixing to give anybody vulnerable moments because they're gonna automatically say they're gonna use this, and that's a reaction from your past. So they're gonna automatically put these walls up. And I had to tell somebody, listen. Don't shut down the pureness of yourself. Don't shut down the freedom of yourself because another person was like that and go into another relationship changed, because what's going to draw them is who you really are, not the wounded person that comes into the relationship.
There has to be a level of patience in dating.
Yes.
Because you have to understand it's a collision of two histories. The collision of two histories is your situation and my situation, getting to know each other to see if this is a perfect fit.
Yeah.
Communication is so key. And I think in safety, you can have those conversations. You cannot have those honest conversations with a hot-headed person that's afraid to have a serious dialogue.
Right. You can't. I mean, if the person is most of the times, if the person is hot, they're reacting from the past. This is the thing that you got to remember when you hit these crucial moments, so you don't lose the person that God is maybe jelly. And I say God, because sometimes we lose situations and we lose men and women that God has put in our life because we're reacting from the person that's hurt us in our past, and the person right now that's in front of you, they don't even understand what's going on. This is why you have to stay cognizant of when God is doing something and stay cognizant of your own pain and your own wounds. You got to say, oh man, hold up. I'm blaming you for something that somebody else did. I just said this to you because this is something that somebody else did.
And that's not fair.
And it's not fair.
Yeah, that's not fair. Another question or a statement. What do you do when someone comes to you and tell you about those past pain? your reaction is imperative.
Yes.
Your reaction is very important.
Yes.
Because the way you respond to their pain is how they can determine their ability to trust you moving forward. If a person says to you, I have been molested, and you go, oh.
Right.
Wait. No, this is a good one.
Yeah.
Watch this. By a man or by a woman. What difference does it make? It's the fact that that person was in a situation that they had no control of. The first thing that I would do is say, I am sorry that happened to you.
Yep.
Not whether it was a man or a woman, because now you're going somewhere that it's not even valid to where you're trying to go. Suppose a person tell you, I got arrested. The first thing you say is, well, for what? You got to understand the way you respond to a person's pain will determine the outcome of safety. Can I lay my head here?
Yeah.
Do I really want to lay my head there? Are you going to be judgmental? Are you throwing me under the bus in an argument?
Yeah.
Are you going to use this to your advantage when you can't get what you want?
I'm watching your every reaction to whatever I say.
Yeah. It's the reaction. It's like, I'm sorry that happened to you. Are you going to, someone said, right. Michelle said, you're right. You don't have control then, and you may not have control now. What you can do is take that level of vulnerability. They look at you and say, you know what? I want to trust them with this.
Yeah.
I want to trust them with this secret. Suppose you're in a relationship and you say, I'm not good with finances. Is your response going to be like, no. Well, we already know you ain't going to control the money. Someone said, my mom. Suppose you go to that person and say, you know what? I don't know what it is to really love.
And that is honesty.
That's honesty.
That's honesty.
That's honesty. Click, tag, and share someone because we're going to go in deeper. I want to talk to you about another topic right now. Read the other topic because this one is going to get deeper today, guys. Click, tag, and share.
Are you in this relationship by yourself?
Maybe because they couldn't trust you with their vulnerability.
Maybe because, first of all, and before we slip into this, the one thing I wanted to get in here is safety is in layers.
Yep.
So what I'm going to do is, and what I have been doing, and what I think we've done to one another, to one another, is reveal ourselves in layers, just in layers, because that's how you do that. And the more you go deeper and deeper, just like in the subject matter, we go deeper and we go deeper and we go deeper, and at some point, I know that I'm safe because now I can give her the inner. I can give her my inward secrets, doubts, proclivities, and I know that I'm giving it to the person that needs to have it. But it has to start. If the person that's with you has to know, the way that they're going to know that they're going to safe is that you're going to start it somewhere. Both of you can't be in a relationship like I'm the man, I'm the woman. You bow to me, you bow to me, and it ain't going to be nothing. Nothing's going to happen like that. Nothing's going to happen. What's going to happen is you're going to end up moving to the wrong person because somebody didn't know. In a relationship, somebody has to bow down.
Yeah.
Somebody has to break. Somebody has to be willing to give. And most men that's been hurt, that's been dogged out, you got to look for these signs. And when they react, you got to slow down instead of just trying to fight it.
I think I had a conversation with someone earlier today about aggression. And I think sometimes, even women, I'm just going to sidebar you guys for a moment. Sometimes that aggression is not necessary, not all the time. Most men have to understand. Now, watch this. Now, this is not going to be offensive, but it's going to hurt a little bit, but it's going to help. I said this to one of my girlfriends earlier today. Men really want women that are very, not soft, but can fight like a girl, can be very, be a damsel at times. Most men want to lay in your lap. Most men want to feel safe, just like you. Most men want to come to you and say, you know what happened to me today?
It was a bad, yes,
It was a bad day. Most men want to be able to take his head and put it on your shoulder or lay his head in your bosom. It's okay. All of y'all get y'all's head out together. There's a level of safety, but he's got to be able to look at the presentation. Can I present this to her? Not aggressively, ladies. When he begins to say, let me tell you what happened. Please don't make him pay for your baby daddy. Please don't make him pay for your daddy. Please don't make him pay for the last man. This individual that's before you, you both have never been presented to each other. But if he has to present himself to you, take the moment that he's trusting me right now for a moment and be that docile girl.
Yeah.
Be that girl
Yeah.
to be like, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That happened?
I mean, we won't listen. We're the age now where most of everybody have come full into whatever character they are.
Right.
But a man still wants, no matter how strong you are, no matter how much you got or whatever, a man still wants to feel like a man and that he's coming in contact with a woman.
Right.
When we are met with when we met with that, it kills something.
Right.
It does something. A lot of men they don't just give up. Especially if they see something that they really want. But if it continues, it destroys something, because a man does want to feel like a man, just like a woman want to feel like a woman. So we want that. You want to be able to come home, and I'm gonna say this to married couples. Listen, y'all, when your man come home, y'all need to talk 15 minutes before y'all continue stuff. Y'all need to be able to lay at one another's feet and be able to talk and have that conversation, because when a man comes home and the first thing he is met with is problems, and he came out of problems, it just destroys and it just breaks it all down.
Right. A woman just went up the timeline and she said she feels weak. When she's vulnerable like this, she feels weak.
I'm glad she said that.
Because?
I'm glad she said that, because a lot of women feel like that. So a lot of women feel like they're being weak because why? Some other donkey done did that. Some other man that you were vulnerable to, you and they used it and they were wrong and they did wrong. But you can't let that be the thing that deter you when you're moving forward and you're dating, because I'm gonna tell you something. If you don't do that, then the man doesn't see a way where he can even be in your world.
Wow.
Because the first thing we're saying is, one of the first things I said when I met this wonderful woman that's sitting beside me is, man, how in the world I'm going to even be able to be in her world? What can I do? And it wasn't until we got into one another's circumference that I seen, okay, I can be the man that I need to be around her, that I need to be for her and for me. But if you don't show, and it's because she became vulnerable. She gave herself to me.
At some point in time,
you
got
to do that. And if you feel weak because of that, you feel weak because some other donkey messed that up. That other donkey, that man, he did that. But if you're going into something new, if the person have not given you any type of signs for you not to do that, why do it? If he hasn't given you any signs to not do it, why? Go ahead on and be the authentic, vulnerable you. Give your heart. People are hard. They just don't want to put their hearts out there.
They don't.
And this is one of the reasons why, some folk, that's just been hurt and been broke, they'll look at me and Jamila and they'll say, y'all faking.
Right.
This
we
is
get
fake.
that a lot. That's
this
fake.
is
That
not
ain't
real.
That's
Man,
weird. That's y'all just, we get so much hate than anything because
and it's
people
crazy.
don't understand
and
it.
all it is we just two people that have been hurt bad that found one another through the will of God, and we're able now, from the conversations and from the way that we're building our love together, it's just authentic.
A young man just went up the timeline and he said, a woman is not a girl, a man is not a boy. He didn't get it. He totally missed it.
Okay.
And because he missed it, I'm gonna address the female's perspective and you can address the male's perspective.
Okay.
Every woman wants to feel like a girl, young man. Every woman. Even though I'm a full-fledged 48-year-old woman, the girl in me will lay on his lap. The girl in me will lay on his shoulder. The girl in me is safe. The girl in me, every little girl, every woman has a girl locked in a cage. And there is nothing wrong with that. It means getting to a place of vulnerability where it's pure.
Yeah.
That's what you didn't get, bruh. That's what you didn't get. It's at a place of vulnerability that is so pure, is so intimate, until there's a safety that if I saw my goddaughter, a Navi, and she was up on the stair and I said, Navi, do G-Mommy a favor, jump. She just leaps into my arms because she knows I'll catch her. Because the purity in her and the girl in her trusts the woman that's before her. That's my godmama. It's just, see, you didn't get it. You didn't get it. Yeah. And every man, go ahead, Fred, that's your part because he didn't get it.
This is the thing. I don't know how old you are that said that.
Right.
but every man wants to have that nostalgic moment with the one that he's with. Like our relationship takes me back to my teenage times, and it makes me remember good things. It gives me nostalgia, and I'm able to think about when I was 16, and I'm happy, and yeah, I can be that boy around her. It doesn't mean that I'm not a man. I'm full man.
Amen. Praise
but
God.
I can be that boy. I can enjoy myself. We can laugh and we can play. If you just stuck on all the time being the head and being the man, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna end up by yourself, because a person they don't want a statue. They don't want somebody. Anytime a man have to declare that he a man all the time, 9 times out of 10 he ain't the man he need to be.
Amen.
I'm sorry, sir.
You have to get to a place of purity. And that's what it is. Everybody's looking for that place of purity. You know, a lot of times people just don't really understand what that connection is. And unfortunately, we mess up because we don't understand those vulnerability moments.
Yeah.
With those moments where you're safe. Think about this. Do you know that at any given time, the person you with, you can become a caregiver? Do you want to be in the hands of someone that's man all the time? No. There are times where the word of God even says once a man, twice a child. So that means that there's a level in your life that you don't even know where the pendulum is going to swing. You want to be with someone that you can be a pure-hearted love, pure-hearted, that I am good, I'm safe. If something goes wrong, they'll catch me. Those are the moments,
safety,
sir, that we're referring to in the counsel of safety. And so that's where we are. Now, I want to go back to
Are you in a relationship by yourself?
Are you in a relationship by yourself? Most people have to understand, if one person is working,
say it,
9 times out of 10 it may not work, because it takes 2 individuals to want the same thing. Hey, Ma. It has to take 2 individuals that want the same thing. Agree?
And fully agree. If two, and well, it kind of goes into the other subject too. When you got one person that's just, how do you feel? What's going on? Is it anything that I can do? This is one thing that happens with me and her often. She said, how you feel? What's going on? And it wouldn't be that long, and I say, how do you feel? What's going on? And we questioning one another, not because we're thinking that something is wrong. We want to make sure that we're connecting and communicating and making sure that we're working towards the same position. When you got one person that's talking, you only got one person that's working towards what it's supposed to be. You can't go that far. Are you working this relationship by yourself? And it's hard because you may have found this person, and this is sad, that looks like you want him to look. You may have found that person that she looks like you want her to look, and it looks like the whole package, but the communication sucks. 9 times out of 10, that's a bad omen, because you'll be working for something that they're not working towards. I hate to say this, but sometimes what you are discerning, if it look like a duck and it quack like a duck, sometimes, baby, it's a duck, and you need to go ahead on and kill it and cook it instead of trying to make this thing work. That's what you need to do, because you're working towards it, but the other person, and I'm not trying to start nothing, but if we got communication and we're building something, and you stop talking to me for 2 days, you don't call me for 2 days, and then you call me back, I'm gonna think something wrong.
Right.
I'm not finna, I mean, you ain't, and then we talk for 10 days and then you just break out and no. See, we both have to be working towards the same goal, and we have to have a good communication in order, because, and a lot of cases that don't work is somebody, and this can be sad because people can do this for years. One person is working towards something great, and they're saying, we gonna make it. And they're gonna say, we gonna make it, but they the only one, but the other person is like.
Why is it that people see in relationships that the other person is not working, but instead of getting the message, they put more force into it? That means that, I deal with women all the time, and you deal with men all the time, and as pastors, we counsel people. And you got one person that comes in our office and they are tired. They have done everything. They have worked, they're tired. but yet and still you got one individual that's doing all the work and the other individual is like, whatever. You got one person that says, I'll go to counseling. The other person's like, no.
Yeah.
You got one person that says, okay, I'll stop spending. I'll stop. They say, I'll stop doing whatever it is that's causing us to drive this wedge between us.
Troy.
But yet and still, that individual just doesn't get it. Are they tired? Are they no longer in love? Are they comfortable? What is it? Because 9 times out of 10, women feel like they're doing more of the work than
I
men.
think it's some of all of what you just said. I think once two people have come to a place where that communication and one is going one way and the other one is going, and you work in a relationship by yourself, I think comfort will keep a person in something bad for years.
Wow.
And they won't even know that they're not growing because they're in a comfortable situation. This is when in the old days you get a husband and a wife that one to sleep in one room and the other one to sleep in the other room, and they'll barely come together, and it's because they've become comfortable with a lifestyle that is not fruitful. So I think it was a little of everything you said. Yeah, they're comfortable with it, and the other hand is one just ain't even trying to work towards it no more.
But that's selfish, babe.
That's what it is.
That's very selfish. It's like when you
is.
see someone that's consistently working, trying to get the relationship at a better level, and the person's just sitting back saying, whatever, that's very selfish. So at some point in time, do you look at the other individual that's not doing the work, or do you look at the person that's casting his pearls before swine? Because that's really what's happening. If I'm putting in all of this work and you just sitting up there looking at me, huff, puff, cry, sweat, blood, and tears, and you're doing nothing, and you just taking up space, that's selfish. Eventually, I got to look at myself and say,
am I wasting my time?
Not even if I'm wasting my time, do I see the value in who I am?
Yeah, that's good, baby. Because if you're the one that's doing all the work and not, this is, again, one thing about these coupling series and that we're not trying to do, somebody said it we did a couple of sessions ago, they was all, and we was advocating for divorce and all of that foolishness.
Right.
We love marriage. We love the covenant of marriage, and we definitely want to see God's people together.
Yes, we do.
But in
the right
sometimes way. The right way. But sometimes if you're the one doing all the work, and you've been doing this for years, baby, sometimes you just got to chalk it up to what it is, and you got to have courage to move on, because time is valuable.
Yeah.
You know, and you can mess around and you can be doing all of this work, and this other person, they ain't moving. They still drinking. They still drinking. They still smoking. They still, and they ain't changed nothing yet. And you wasting time. How long?
How long do you give it, babe?
I think you give it.
How long? Because statistics say that now this is what statistical studies say. If you've been married for 10 years and y'all get a divorce, 5 years of the 10 years, somebody was unhappy.
God dog it.
That's statistical studies.
Ooh, that's hard.
It's half of the duration in which you were married, where the signs were there. God in heaven knows.
Agree.
I was talking to somebody yesterday. She's been with this joker for 6 years. And he's afraid to commit. And she's doing everything in her power to show this man that, look, we've been together for 6 years. We got these kids. He won't commit to her. He's doing everything right. I believe 3 years in those 6 years, something happened. Go and click tag and share and tell somebody that we on, because we're going to be getting off here soon. I believe half of the duration of the time that you've been in a relationship where you have been working and they sitting back and they getting complacent and cold, I can guarantee you this. They saw the signs, but they failed to take the authority and say, we not just got to get help, we got to do something. People can see the telltale signs. You know it ain't going to work. Anything that you got to force is not... Oh my God, I feel my anointing falling.
Yeah.
Help me. Anything that you got to force to work, and if it's not authentically pure and right, worry.
I never heard that statistic before, but I'm telling you right now, it is true.
Yeah.
And it comes down to right now for some of you, I don't know how long it's been, but if it ain't been working a certain amount of time, take it back some time and see where it stopped at.
You can see where it stopped.
See where it stopped at. See where it broke at.
Yeah.
Then try to find the event. What
was it?
What was it that stopped?
What was the straw that broke the camel's back?
Yeah. What happened to him? What happened to her? You need to go back. You need to get that and then find it, and then take that evidence and see and ask yourself whether you need to go forward or not. Because some people,
if they want it,
because when a person has decided that they done, they will sit there with you and soak up your time, especially if it's convenient, until they find something else, and you be left out in the cold. And it's wow. I mean,
You have to pay attention. Like, one of the things that I have learned in life, God taught me this, and Fred just put the cherry on the cake. 2,000 people on the sound of my voice. Click, tag, and share, because it's going to go deeper. Love is effortless.
yes, it is.
But it's work. Anything that you have to force, you better be careful. If you got to force them to call you, if you got to force them to give you time, if you got to force them to go to counseling, if you have to force them to do anything, then you need to take note of that. Because love is really effortless. Nobody had to force God to get on the cross.
But effortless don't mean no work.
Oh, God. And it sure don't. That means that there's a level of work that is necessary to save or salvage something that's dying.
Yeah.
You both have to want it. I deal with women all the time. They're like, I'm not doing that. But dang, girl, all he wants you to do is beg. I'm not doing that. I'm tired. He'll say, I'm not going to counseling. I'm going to say this. Men, y'all need counseling.
Need counseling.
Y'all need counseling.
Yeah.
You have to get counseling. The first thing that I tell anybody that comes in my presence, I'm in counseling. This one is in counseling. I was in counseling before I met Fred. He was going, I'm not your typical
and
pastor.
And she talked me into getting it.
And I said to Fred, yep.
And I was like,
you going to counseling? He was like, but I am the counselor. I'm like, no, but you going to counseling. Because you'll be surprised when you sit back and someone can make you think about things that you never thought of, that you absolutely picked up from some other relationship, or you learned from a childhood, and now you're seeing it surface, and it's not good for where you're going.
if you love somebody,
do it.
If you love somebody, you'll go do it. What made me go, was not that because she, you need to go. It was, you know what?
You need it for yourself.
I love
first.
this person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm finna trust what she say.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm hard headed. So she'll say some stuff and it'll take me a minute to get there.
Yeah, like the weight trainer.
Hirsch.
I think there's Hersher. Not Hirsch. I think there's a way that you have to convey even counseling. You just can't say it's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Immediately,
that's what
a
you
man,
think. That's what we think.
He's gonna shut down. Because
Yes,
the minute
sir.
you say counseling, you're like, you think something wrong with me? Just know
You think I'm crazy?
Yeah, I ain't crazy. No, I want you better for you.
Yeah.
I want you better for you so that you can ultimately be better for us. Right? In fact, if you go first, one of y'all go first.
Yeah.
Gosh, one of y'all go first.
Yeah.
If one of you go first and you become, listen, repetition is the mother of learning. If you go into counseling by yourself to be better for yourself and they begin to see a change, something done got them here. Something got them here.
That's right.
And you could say, oh, counseling helped me understand that part.
Yeah. Help me understand. It helped me understand what was going on with me and what was hindering the relationship that I now have.
Right.
See, that's what you get in counseling, because in most cases, men that don't want to go, you don't want to hear, or you don't think another person can really show you another side of yourself that you don't see, but they can help you and they can give you some information that you're giving. They'll give you something that you're giving off and you don't even know you're giving off.
Right.
You're like, am I doing that? Yeah, you was doing that. And just by example, I was sitting on my first session, I'm sitting in the counseling and I'm talking to him. But I'm moving. I'm moving. You know, I'm just changing my leg, changing my shoulders, changing my position. And he said, he said, you don't sit still a lot. You don't stay still a lot, do you? And I shut down. I stopped. And I said, you know what? You're right. Before that, I could not sit still for a program, a movie, a program, or nothing. I couldn't sit still because I was busy I watched this. I was busy because I did not want to reference the hurt I came out of.
Yeah.
So when I came out of the hurt, out of my old place, I stayed busy working out, busy. I would stay busy all the way up until it was almost time for me to go to bed. I wouldn't even try to enter because of the hurt that I came out of. So it caused me to now be a way that I didn't need to be in this new place. So in the new place, You don't need to be busy like that. You got to learn how to relax. And I'm not saying that's for you. I gave you an example of how someone showed me something about myself that I did not realize. And this is the importance of you having counseling with somebody else that can help you, live longer. Because at the bottom line, a lot of times we're doing stuff and shortening our time up.
Listen, okay, so basically you shut down, and you being busy was it was a coping mechanism.
It was a coping mechanism.
And so most people who are in a relationship and you doing all the work is because they shut down, because the shutdown is their coping mechanism.
Yes.
It's how they not deal with you, but how they don't deal with themselves.
Yes.
God,
Yeah.
you just shut down. You shut down, and so now you're fighting a losing battle. Now watch this. Most people can't help the person that they're involved with. They shut down because that's the coping mechanism. Weed becomes the coping mechanism.
That's right.
Alcohol becomes the coping mechanism. Sex, other individual, the side chick, the side man, shopping, spending, food. And so now you're trying to force them to see that they've shut down. Watch this. Because you're trying to teach them something. Ultimately, they don't want to hear you because you might be part of the problem. They don't want to be vulnerable to you for whatever reason being. So what happens is...
Because you had made them feel safe.
Right, because you haven't made them feel safe. And so because they're not safe with you, they find counsel, God, in someone else or something else. Ooh. So what happens is you become, listen to me, you become that person that says, I'm working all the time in this marriage. I'm working all the time in this relationship. I'm doing everything, because they don't know how to become relatable because they've shut down because they're coping with you. God.
You made an example. I don't know if we was talking on a couple of series. You made an example of a man that kept going to the job, and a woman that saw that he never had lunch.
Right, she noticed that he always came to work and he never had his lunch back.
He never had his lunch, and then she shared, she shared her lunch
and then he had an affair with her.
And he had an affair with her. And this is the thing that you got to watch out. If you don't make them feel safe, somebody else will try to make them feel safe. So you gotta make sure, at some point, you have to make sure that that man or that woman feels safe with you. Because if you don't make them feel safe because of what you came out of, I ain't cooking. I ain't cleaning. I ain't doing this. I ain't doing that. I ain't giving no man all of that. I got all I need. I'm where I'm at. Or the man the same way. I ain't finna do that. I ain't finna give her no money. I ain't finna be trying to pay her bills. And you doing all of this stuff because of what you came out of. And eventually, somebody gonna make that woman feel safe. And somebody and it's just gonna happen just as quick. Or somebody gonna make that man feel safe. And they gonna give them something, because a lot of times we always think it's something big that happens. No. It's the small things, small foxes that spoil the vine, but it's also the small foxes that'll take your relationship. You have to protect yourself by you making that woman or that man feel safe with everything.
Yeah, everything. I think sometimes when people feel like they're fighting by themselves, it's because at some point it is hurt. But it is a defense mechanism. But ask yourself, have you really given up hope?
Yeah.
Have you really given up hope? And this is one thing that I always say. Have you guys exhausted all your possibilities? That means if you guys have not exhausted all your possibilities, that means have you guys went to counseling extensively? I've heard people say, well, we went to counseling one time and then they stopped going. Most people stop going to counseling because
for the
first time. I ain't going back. You ain't going back because they hit a vein. Or they hit a hell on you, like, whoa, I don't want to go back.
Oh, this is a good one, baby. They felt like, oh, he was just concentrating on me. He wasn't saying nothing to you.
Right.
Or he was just concentrating on her and he wasn't saying nothing to him.
Right. And it's just an excuse because you haven't even given it a chance. I need everyone that's in a relationship, I need you to really understand, have you exhausted all your possibilities? That means not just one person working, two people working towards a common goal and staying together. If you are consistently the only one doing the work, you have to worry. 2,100 people. You have to be free to be who you are.
Yes.
You have to be free to love someone completely. You cannot do this if you don't love yourself. Watch this. Most people who are working by themselves in relationship, ask yourself a question. The person that you work trying to save is killing you. Why is that? The person you working to try to save is killing you. So you mean to tell me, yes, they're worth it, because if someone told me that Fred needed an antidote on the Fiji mountain, I would do my best to get up there and get it, because I represent him and he represents me. The word of God said no man ever hates his own flesh.
That's right,
So
baby.
ask yourself a question. Do you love yourself enough to see yourself in them?
Yeah.
And if you can mirror and look and see yourself in them, and you can reflect each other, why would I hurt myself?
Yeah. Why would I hurt myself?
That's the question. I love that. Since you're one flesh, why would I hurt my own flesh?
Yeah.
Let me go get myself together. But if you are doing the fighting, you may not be in the right situation to see a person love you or themselves enough to make the both persons
Two people
work.
have to be in the ring.
Two people got to be in the ring.
Two people, in order for this to work, two people have to be in the ring. Two people got to be willing to fight. It doesn't mean that I have to always throw blows, but she just needs to see that I'm in the ring.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Wow.
And
That's
this
deep.
is the thing. Yeah, because
You're in the ring.
yeah,
Okay.
because this is the thing. A lot of times that relationship is not working out because the person isn't present.
Wow.
You mean
So-
they're in your circumference, but they ain't present.
I like what you said. You said they both have to be in the ring.
Yeah.
So being in the ring, give an example of, you said just be present in the ring.
Yeah, I mean sometimes it's like even in training. Sometimes I'm the one with the gloves on, he has the pads on, but I'm the one that's doing all the physical stuff. But what he is doing is help building me, because he doesn't need to fight me to help build me. And what's happening is some of y'all you in a fight with one another and the other one is not listening.
What? Okay, so let's talk about that, and we're gonna go a little bit deeper, and then we're gonna go. What about really forgiveness?
Yeah.
Because if you're always the one trying, are you the one that's always saying you're sorry?
That's what that's good. Yesterday, I preached on the new wine. And when you come into a place of really being, and I'm talking about you personally, being new wine as a person, as it relates to being a person, new wine makes you forgive, because now you ain't on nothing of, you ain't on none of the old stuff you was in. You ain't in the old bottle, you ain't in the old situation, you ain't the old wine, you new. And a lot of times we can't forgive because we stuck in what was old.
That can cause one person to feel like they're in the fight by themselves.
That can cause
because you haven't really forgiven each other.
You haven't.
And so really, when you really forgive someone, you can go back to being a boy or being a girl, or you could just go back to being vulnerable. Sometimes people really don't know if they want to forgive, depending on the circumstances. But if you love someone, you do forgive them.
I think what's tragic is when you don't forgive, but you want to hold on to the person.
Now that ain't right, Fred.
I'm just saying.
That ain't right.
And it's a lot of situations where, okay, you don't want to forgive them, but you want to hold on to them. In other words, I want to hold on to you and make you miserable. I'm not going to forgive you. I'm going to make you live it, but I'm not going to let you go either. And you got to know what kind of situation you is. Is the person that's with you, are you in the fight by yourself? You know, you done did everything they asked you to do to be forgiven. You know what I'm saying? But is you still in the fight by yourself? You got to ask yourself the question.
But see, that goes back to safety first. There's no way that you could be in a relationship with someone that doesn't forgive you. We talk about safety first, because what happens is they throw it in your face all the time, and you just start reacting out of your emotions, because the emotion that you need to address is forgiveness.
Yep.
And sometimes, I found this in counseling too, with counseling couples. When you are in a situation and someone has hurt you, and you're in a relationship, and you say, I forgive you, you know if that person really forgives you or not.
You know, because you can't
It's the
tell
way
me
they respond.
You can't tell me you done forgave me and your reaction is, wow.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because you're still reacting. You're still reacting. And the way you react makes me know, man, she ain't forgave me.
So this is young, and we're gonna get ready to get out of here. A young lady said that she has a very hard time forgiving her ex. Let me just break it down to you. If you cannot forgive your ex, you will never be ready for the next. You won't, Because what you're going to do is you're going to take that same situation and circumstance and you're going to present it to somebody that ain't have nothing to do with what you did in the past.
They got a hold of you.
They have a hold of you that's just not going to be conducive for where you're going. So forgiveness is more than just what you say. It's what you do and how you respond. You will never be safe with someone that holds bitterness. Gosh, you're never going to be safe with someone that is holding bitterness.
Because you're trying to go into a new relationship,
It's no safety there.
95%, 75%, 65%, because the other 45%, 30%, or 10% is in the past. So you want to present a person something that's broken or in pieces. You're like, well, he's just going to have to take it the way he taking it. It's just going to be the way that it is, because I ain't finna be doing, and a man knows that. Let me tell you something. A man knows when somebody is really giving themselves fully.
Yeah.
No matter what you say, no matter what you got on, no matter what's playing, no matter what, you already know. He's already knowing, just like you already know. And if you're holding something back because of the past, and if you saying, I can't forgive my ex, guess what? The person that you're trying to have this relationship with, you ain't gonna be able to give them everything, because you're a piece of it. The piece that this person that you with now needs, your ex got it.
Wow. And that's really an unhealthy soul tie. It really is. But you know what? You said something. You said, what is it that you saw in me that allowed you to be vulnerable or be in a place of safety? Because in order for us to be in anything, there has to be a level of trust. There has to be a level of patience, compassion, as we stated, vulnerability, and that you're safe. You're safe. You're safe to cry. You're safe to have pain. You're safe to help me, for me to help share your pain. The safety is in, you could make a mistake, Fred. You
Right.
can make a mistake.
Right.
Now, you ain't going to make no mistakes with no women now. That right
We ain't
there.
doing that.
We ain't doing that. However, there's a level in relationships that I feel that you could be safe in making mistakes.
I think what made me feel like I was safe with Jamila is when she first prayed for me.
Wow.
And I know everybody may not have that testimony, may not be in that place.
Yeah.
But when she prayed for me and spoke over me, it gave me a confidence that I can give this person more, because she showed me something that I had not felt, something that I had not experienced. And when she prayed for me, I said, okay, that's when my walls start coming down. I think it was the first time, I think I was getting ready to preach. I was in Jacksonville. I was getting ready to go up. You was getting ready to go up in Charlotte. And she prayed for me, and I knew right then. And there's other mechanisms and ways of trust that other person that they'll feel safe by. But when she did, she ministered to me. And sometimes you got to come to a point where you ain't so vulnerable, so turned off, where you ain't gonna minister to. Listen, you got to minister to one another, and minister means to serve. And when you begin to serve the other person and give them if you're the only one that's serving and giving your heart, baby, I'm sorry. You might need to stop wasting your time and go the other way. It was always, what's been good with us is there's always been an exchange.
Yeah.
There's an exchange. There's an exchange. You give me, I'm giving you. You give me, I'm giving you. There's an exchange. And if God is doing it, and I'm not trying to make everything godly, because there's some of you that may not even be saved, but you are in relationship with somebody. Listen, but there should be some type of exchange that gives you the affirmation that this is the person and that you're not working by yourself. If there's no exchange, if you're the only one giving, it's a bad sign.
Yeah. We thank God for you. We want everybody to be better. Between the two of us, we have knowledge, and we both are pastors. We have a plethora of relationship advice, but now this is the Eureka season. And I thank God that God has allowed us this coupling to help you guys understand that coupling is something that we all do, whether you're single, married, or not. We can all glean from this experience. Ask yourself, are you safe? Can you be safe with the person that you are with? Can you be safe with the person that you want to spend a lifetime with? Or are you dating? Even if you're married, do you feel safe when they walk out the door? Do you feel safe with everything that you guys are doing? Please make a list of things that you don't feel safe about. because the
That is
Bible even
great.
said,
Yeah.
make a list of the things that you're not
And
safe
share
about
it.
and share it with each other. Um, Understand the Bible says perfect love casts out all fear. And
Oh, you
perfect
just made,
love,
yeah, that's good.
yeah, it casts out all fear. And so if you don't feel safe, then you're fearful about something. Maybe you have to question the love that you're sharing with each other.
Men, and you men that see this, you can't be afraid to go ahead on and write down everything that happened to you. You need, in order for you to feel safe for this woman that maybe, you're looking at her, you like, man, I think this is it. You ain't gonna be able to, she'll never be the person she needs to be, or she cannot be, if you don't write down all those things, all of those reactions from all the hurts and all the blows. Because a lot of time the men won't share that. We want to have that bravado. We want to have, we want to keep our chests up. We want to keep it stuck out, and that pride. But listen, in order for you to have the relationship you need to know that person got you. You ain't gonna know that if you don't share nothing. So you gotta you have to let your walls down. So we're telling both people, man, write it down.
Yeah, and trust
Share
each
it.
other with it. Trust each other with it. And you'll be so surprised. The Word of God says, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and lay down your life for it. That means that some of you just going to have to die a little bit of your old ways.
Got to.
It also says that wives, please understand, give him the knowledge to dwell with you. That means that you have to open up your mouth and you have to say, babe, this is hurting me. Whether he hears you or not, wait. There's a way that you can speak to him. There's a time and there's a place. Don't beat him up. Don't beat him over the head. Don't bludgeon him over it. Just wait and ask the Holy Spirit, when do I convey this to him? And get counseling, get help. Because sometimes they want to say some things, but they don't know how to convey it. Let your counselor do it. And sometimes you have to realize the counselor may have to put it online for both of you because both of you can't hear each other. Safety is wonderful. You have to create safety. I'm going to say what I said and we're going to go. You cannot save the world. You know how many people come against me and Fred? That ain't real. Damn, show me this, show me that. Child, bye. We're going to reveal our love story in perfect time. Just hang in there. It's going to blow your mind. But I want to say this to you. You can't save the world, but you can save your world.
I like that, baby.
You like that? No,
that.
Fred and I ain't trying to save the world. We're trying to continue to save our world. Our world first. Our. Say
Our world
Our. Get the bass. The bass.
Our world
Our
first.
world first. Bass. You gotta get more bass.
Our world first.
Lower.
I can't go lower.
You can't go lower.
I don't know if I can go lower.
We gotta go.
Hey, we love you guys.
Love you guys.
Don't think that what you seeing in front of you comes without effort. It comes with work, because both of us have suffered things and went through things. But we're working towards, first of all, what we want for one another and with one another, and we're working towards what God would have us to do in the kingdom. So it doesn't come without effort. And we, you see us. What you see is our honesty. What you see is pure and our naturalness. But we got through this. We got like this through pain, and now we can smile again, and lots of it.
God knows.
So God is just giving us. He's given us the reward for our works that we've been doing. She was working on one side of place, one side of the coast, and I was on the other one. And he brought us together. Like she said, in time we'll share that. So some of you that have this mindset, that's fake and all of this, listen, you can't have what you fight against. You can't, you will never possess something that you hate.
Yeah.
Never possess it, because you'll never know that it's real. So, hey, we love you.
We do.
Right.
And always know, single people, you have someone for you. You guys are absolutely just sleeping underneath the same old sky. You just haven't met yet. You have someone for you. You guys are underneath the same old sky. You just haven't met yet. And to you married people, please understand, we really, really, really are praying for marriages all over the world. And I promise you, two people have to work. Remember what Apostle said, at least be in the ring. At least be in the ring. All right.
Hold on.
Oh, here you go with this, man.
Listen.
Our playlist is gonna be short.
Make sure.
Make each other playlists.
Make each other a playlist.
No, you know what we did when he was in Jacksonville and I would be in Charlotte or wherever I was going. We made, what was it? It was the playlist.
We didn't really make a playlist.
No,
baby.
we had to send each other songs every day. And so the songs, every day we would send each other a song.
Yeah.
Every day. And then before he went to bed and before I went to bed, he would say, where's my song? And then he would send me a song. And so that really, all his was from the 60s.
70s.
It was from the 60s.
70s.
The 60s. I didn't even hear some of the stuff, some of the people you said.
I saw some hip hop too, but this is the thing, and I'm glad you said that, baby. Some of you may be having some problems. Like I'm talking to married couples. It's not where it's not in a place where y'all finna divorce or nothing, but it's rough. Mm-hmm. Send him a song. And send him a song every day. I don't care if he don't send you one back. Send him a song every day. Send her a song every day. Make an effort to break up the foul ground.
Yeah.
So something else can be planted.
Right. And the songs just break. It does, if you're smart. And then the reaction behind the songs, once it breaks, is better.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's work.
Oh. All right, let's go walk the dog.
Eddie.
Come on, Charlie.
Eddie.
Come on,
you my man, Eddie. Come get this. Eddie.
No, come on.
I'm sorry. Bye, y'all.